Hi there, and thanks for joining us. I'm Alexis Rogers. We're starting with breaking news out of the St. Paul School District. Just about an hour ago, the union representing St. Paul teachers announced plans to file an intent to strike notice. In a statement, the St. Paul Federation of Educators says it does not take the decision lightly. Thousands of teachers are calling for better wages and affordable health insurance. Another mediation meeting with the district is set for this Friday. The strike, if necessary, will begin on Monday, March 11th. Well, right now, Minneapolis police have 3 people in custody and are looking for 2 others after a string of robberies yesterday. Here are the neighborhoods where those robberies happened. Minneapolis saw 14 robberies in less than 24 hours. Michelle Beck spoke with police about how they're going to respond.
Sunday night's robberies are like a rinse and repeat of what happened earlier in the day. Police chief points out the similarities involving juvenile suspects following that same route, robbing people on the streets. Sunday night in South Minneapolis, 4 robberies are reported, all at gunpoint, and they fall within a 15-minute window. 30 minutes later, the suspects are now in Northeast. Another 4 robberies within about a 10-minute span. Half of them were at gunpoint. Luckily, no victim was hurt. Meanwhile, a total of 3 child or teen suspects were arrested, and police are still looking for 2 more.
Some of these kids have circled an area looking for victims. So if people are able to call that in to us, which they have during the course of this, that helps us try and get ahead of it.
Sunday morning, the suspects allegedly followed the same path from South Minneapolis to Northeast, a total of 6 robberies there. In Minneapolis, Michelle Beck, KARE 11 News.
Police Chief Brian O'Hara says the department used the new armed robbery protocol. All officers not on emergency calls were dispatched to the hot zone. Developing now, we just checked with firefighters in the town of Hawley, where they're battling a grain elevator fire. Now, this is about 30 miles east of Fargo. Right now, firefighters are still working to put out the hot spots. Schools had to shut down today, but the city is expected to end a request to limit their water use soon. This week, people in Burnsville and surrounding communities will get a chance to say their goodbyes to officers Paul Elmstrand, Matthew Ruge, and firefighter paramedic Adam Finseth. There are several events planned to celebrate their lives and legacies, with one happening in just a matter of hours. Tonight, several Burnsville churches are hosting a community prayer. It's at the Ames Center at 6:30 p.m. Grief counselors will be there as well. Also tonight, Buck Hill is raising money for the fallen first responders' families and their other first responders. There will be snow tubing and food. The Slide for Support event is from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. Then on Wednesday, the public is invited to a memorial for all 3 men. It'll be at Grace Church in Eden Prairie at 11 a.m. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside. You know, it's kind of hard to believe that today's weather is still February. Ben, my friend, you know, this is my first February here, and I'm like, oh, there it goes.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't think you'll ever see a February like this. We are on par with one of the warmest Februaries on record and likely wrapping up one of our warmest winters on record as well. 55 degrees, that's not our forecast high. That is the current air temperature right now. So already extremely warm. It's warm and it's also windy. We've got sustained winds around 20 miles per hour here in the Twin Cities. We've seen several wind gusts over 30 miles per hour. So a windy and warm day today. You're going to see plenty of blue sky basically throughout the entire day. And your hour-by-hour forecast takes us near 60 degrees by 2-3 o'clock this afternoon. However, this is just going to last for one day. Take a look at the big drop in temperatures. Our forecast high is 60. By Wednesday morning, many of us not only will see temperatures in the low teens, but wind chill values possibly in the double digits below 0. So a sharp contrast from what we're seeing today. We'll have more on our potential for some snow coming up in a few minutes, Alexis.
You and that S word, I'm telling you. In about 6 hours, GOP hopeful Nikki Haley will be in Minnesota rallying voters ahead of the Super Tuesday next week. The former UN ambassador and South Carolina governor will be in Bloomington at 6:30. It's part of a cross-country blitz with stops in 7 states ahead of Michigan's primary tomorrow and our primary next Tuesday. We're a day from Minnesota's precinct caucuses. It's where voters for the state's major political parties talk about issues, select delegates, and elect local party officers. All of this happens at schools and community centers. You can find your local caucus at the Minnesota Secretary of State's website. Well, here's a look at where primaries stand. Donald Trump had a sweeping victory against Nikki Haley in South Carolina. On the Democratic ticket, some Michigan voters are pushing for Democrats to vote uncommitted instead of voting for President Biden. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer says any vote not cast for President Biden supports a second Trump term. But we're taking a live look at the nation's capital, where lawmakers are working to avoid a potential government shutdown. President Biden is planning to meet with leaders of both parties tomorrow. He's hoping to convince the House to pass a spending bill that also sends $60 billion to Ukraine. The shutdown deadline is set for this Friday. Well, by the end of the day today, we could know who will take over the U of M as president designate. Right now, the Board of Regents is holding the final public interviews with 3 candidates.